Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, back here at Bulldog Stadium in Howe with another coach's interview presented by Country Meats. Here with the head coach of the now 3-1 Howe Bulldogs, Coach Lance Bryan, after a 42-14 homecoming win over Tioga. First off, Coach, congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We knew this was a big game. We were game of the week in the local area, and, we knew Texas football was coming. And so, we didn't shy away. We built it up to our kids. It was a big game for us, and we knew there'd be a lot of eyes on us, and we wanted to go out and perform.
You guys came out right off the bat, scored a touchdown on the third play of the game. You hit a big play in the first play of the game. A couple plays later, you scored a touchdown. I feel like that touchdown really set the tone for you guys. Did you want to come out and get off to a fast start and get this big crowd kind of riled up?
We did. We knew there were some things they did on defense that we thought that we could take advantage of, and they ended up presenting themselves early, and so we hit those. That's credit to the kids executing, the game plan. But we knew with a fast start, we thought we could get up and kind of pile it on a little early and get this thing, on our side quickly.
I thought defensively, that's a good offense over there. They do a lot of things well. They play hard. They're well coached. And I thought your defense did a great job holding them to 14 points. You got to be pleased with that. Obviously, you want to pitch a shutout. That's tough. Texas high school football, that's a good team over there. So defensively, what was the game plan coming in, and how pleased are you to only allow 14 points?
The big thing is we wanted to limit big plays, and that's pretty cliche. Everybody wants to do that, but they ground and pound, and a lot of power counter. They kind of run right at you, and so we preach physicality and tackling a lot. And, limiting big plays, like I said, make them go 3-4 yards at a time and not let them break big runs. And I thought for the most part we did pretty good at that.
Got to win against a team like that. You got to win first down, right? You can't let them get into 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2, because of the downs they like. If you can get them 2nd and 3rd and long, that's kind of advantage you guys, right?
Definitely. They're the kind of team, if they get into 4th and 2 or 3, like they're going to go for it. And Chad Rogers has done a great job with every team he's ever coached, and he's doing the same thing there. And so we knew they were going to have a good game plan, and they knew their kids were going to play, and they did. And we were just glad that our kids came to play too, and that we were able to get the edge.
Let's talk about a few of your players that stood out to me. I don't have a roster in front of me, but talk about your quarterback, number 8. Let's hear his name. And number 1, your running back. I thought both those guys had great games tonight.
Our quarterback's Austin Haley. He's been a 4-year starter here. He's the career touchdown leader, career passing yard leader. Just about every record we've got at Howe, he's got it. And we knew he was due for a big year, and so we put a lot on his shoulders. He was able to operate the offense really well. He's got a lot of options to work with, and so having a guy like him, really opens up what we can do. And he didn't run it as much last year, and what big point of emphasis for us is we got to get him running too, because he's a fast kid and he can make some big plays.
He can run.
Yeah, I think he had a 60-yard touchdown run or something. He had another big long one that ended up getting called back, but he proved he can do some damage with his legs and his arms. And Antoine Rattler, our running back, he was here last year and he got used kind of sparingly, and obviously we're featuring him a lot more. And he really sets a tone for us, breaks a lot of big runs, and really keeps his feet moving. He's kind of like a smaller guy, kind of like a scat back, but he runs like a power back.
And he runs hard.
He runs really hard, and he's one of those guys that he's going to keep his feet churning. He's going to fight for every yard, and he's a great player. And then Cooper Jones, he's got a lot of records too, and he's going to break some more probably before it's all said and done. He's only a junior, and he's a guy that we know, like, when in doubt, if it's a 50-50 ball, we're going to throw it up to him, because we think that it's not 50-50 with him in there. And he proved that. He had a big contested catch early for a big long gain, and that's not new. He's done that about 6 or 7 times already this year, and I don't think it's a secret. Everybody we play knows he's our best guy out there playing receiver, and people are gonna have to game plan for him, but we're gonna find ways to get him the ball anyway.
I thought defensively, number 24 really stood out. I was talking to one of my referee buddies on the sideline that was watching the game, and we said every time number 24 arrives at a ball carrier, the guy goes backwards. He plays physical. He seems like a prototype linebacker for you guys. I talk about number 24. What's his name and what does he bring to the table?
That's Cooper Jones again. It's Cooper. Yeah. So he's we're 3A football. Our guys are going to play both ways, and we Iron Man it here, and he does that, and so he does a job on defense. He's obviously offensive star, but we need him on defense too, and he's 6'3", like 230 and growing still, and so we preach physicality, and he can do it naturally.
He's quite physical.
Yeah, that helps a lot when you're a guy his size, but he's really starting to put it together, and he had like several big hits and some key stops, and whenever he comes downhill, he's going to make runners pay for it.
Now, when you arrived here, this was a program that was in the dumps. Things weren't going well. Had lost 22 games in a row. You're 3-1 right now. What's it taking to get here, and how pleased are you with getting this thing turned around so quickly? And do you feel like the town is just starting to just get fired up about Howe football again?
I got to play against these guys the last couple of years, so I got to see them up close and personal and on the field and see their players and what they had. And I thought they had a lot of pieces that could do a lot of stuff. And so whenever I got here, one thing that that came together quickly was how much community support there was. Like, this town really loves the Bulldogs, and we get full crowds, and we almost sell out every night we play. And so I knew that if we could get the team going in the right direction, that the community would be all about it and support them, and they've done just that.
You got a beautiful facility here. This is one of the oldest stadiums in Texas that's still being used. It looks like it's brand new. It's an unbelievable facility. It just speaks to the commitment that the community has, right?
You know, they built the field in like the 20s or 30s. It's, you know, like you said, it's the oldest stadium in North Texas, but the turf's brand new. The turf got put down last year, and so you know, we really like what we have, and we're happy to have it. And obviously, you know, it helps us because, you know, grass is, you know, it's hit or miss sometimes. We've got great facilities, and you know, we're appreciative of it.
Final question for you. I always ask a fun question. What's the post game meal looking like after a big win? What are you going with?
Man, this late, it's probably a drive-through or something like that, or whatever's left over in the fridge.
Whataburger maybe? Or
oh, I love Whataburger.
What's your go-to order?
The patty melt every time.
Okay.
Every single time.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win. Hopefully we'll see you again, and maybe we'll see you come playoff time.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.